hello in the comments and let me know that you are here. Let's just sort the camera there on that one. So do give me a hello. Let me know that you are here. Hello, Katie Curtis. Thank you for joining me. Hello, Ellis Martin. Hello. Whichever platform you are on this morning, good morning. Or if you are catching this on the replay, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you might be watching. This is AMs with Annette, live Mondays to Thursdays at 11 a.m. And because it is Tuesday, today our topic for Tuesday is our UK business update, where I cover everything that's been happening over the last week in relation to UK business, the economy, all those things. So Ellis, hello from England. I am just north of you. I'm up in Scotland. So thank you for tuning in and thank you for joining me, Eloisa. Lovely to see you on here as always. Thank you for joining me and thank you for tuning in. Like I said, today is our UK business update. For those of you that don't know me, if you're new to my live streams, welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Annette Ferguson. I am CEO of Annette & Co, UK-based accounting firm. I'm a chartered accountant, certified profit first professional and financial strategist, and I help business owners take home more money from their business for them and their families to enjoy. I am live wherever you are watching, Mondays to Thursdays at 11 a.m. UK time, with a different theme and topic each of those days. And today, as I said, being Tuesday, is our UK business update. So I have a few things that I want to cover off today in relation to UK business and what is happening at the moment as well. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Baji. Thank you for joining me. Jonathan, hello, Sylvia. Thank you for following. Thank you, everyone who is tuning in, whichever platform you happen to be watching on today. We are, of course, currently live on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, and of course, inside the Uncover Wealth community, my private community on Facebook as well. And by the way, incidentally, if you are not in the Uncover Wealth community, what are you doing? Come and join me there. You just need to hop over to Facebook, type Uncover Wealth Community into the search bar and join the group, answer the questions and hit join. I would love to welcome you into the Uncover Wealth community. We have exclusive trainings in there every single Tuesday for Training Tuesday as well. So I would love to see you there for that. I also massively appreciate all the likes, the hearts, the thumbs ups, the follows, the connections, the subscribes, whatever they are called on whichever platform you're watching. Thank you so much for that. I do very much appreciate it. So thank you for supporting me with all those good things on whichever platform you happen to be watching on today. And if you do come on halfway through this and you want to catch the replay, then you can head to my YouTube channel to do that. AnnetteFergs.tv is the easiest way to find that. So thank you for tuning in. Good morning. Hello, Craig. Thank you for the hello. I do appreciate it. So first thing I want to cover off today is Boris Johnson has been warned by former Chancellor Philip Hammond that Britain risks being on a fast track back to the misery of the 1970s unless the government adopts clear, defined post-Brexit state aid rules. The Prime Minister so far has failed to say how Britain will control subsidies after the end of the transition period on December the 31st, which has aroused fears in Brussels that the UK will use state support to give companies an unfair advantage. Talks on a post-Brexit UK-EU deal have, of course, stalled as Brussels demands a clear statement from the Prime Minister on what measures will be put in place once EU competition rules no longer apply to Britain. Mr. Hammond stepped up the pressure on Mr. Johnson by saying that the UK state aid regime would not only create a level playing field for businesses, but protect the taxpayer from ministers who find it politically impossible to say no. So some sharp warnings there by the former Chancellor to the Prime Minister. And Brussels, kind of layering in there too, and very worried about the situation that may arise if we do not have those state aid rules in place as we come out of the transition period on the 31st of December this year as well. So we know from previous discussions and previous information, that if we do come out of our transition period without everything sorted out, without all these things in place, it is likely to give us a further hit to our economy in terms of, you know, a recessionary type hit when we'll already be in recession. So that can never be a good thing. And then also we have been told that this will impact the jobless numbers too. So a further impact on what we're already seeing happening as a result of coronavirus as well. Cozy Sunday, lovely to see you again on my live sessions. Thank you so much for tuning in. Philip, lovely to have you here. Craig, thank you for the follow. Jason, good morning. England Official, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. This is your UK Business Update, where I'm speaking about all things business related this morning. Of course, I am live Mondays to Thursdays at 11 a.m. on whichever channel you happen to be watching on. So thank you for tuning in, and do make sure you mark it in your diaries for future as well, so that you can hop on when I am live too. So we're hearing that UK car finance applications have risen by a quarter in July and August. Data from Experian has shown pent-up demand and concern about using public transport to drive the market upwards. That's a beautiful pun as well when we're speaking about the car finance market. So car finance applications in the UK grew by a quarter during July and the first 3 weeks in August. Total applications for new and used cars processed by the UK's largest credit check group, Experian, rose to 597,000 from July 1st to July 24th, compared to 481,000 in the same period during 2019. The figures come with the industry poised for, of course, the September sales months, which typically has massive peak demand because of the new registration plates as well. And Ravenbo on TikTok is saying many manufacturers are also offering 3 months free financing, to try and drive up that demand as well. Exactly. Car sales have slumped in the UK this year because of the pandemic, and car showrooms, of course, were closed from late March until at least June, depending on which part of the country you're in, with sales rising in July for the first time this year. But saying that, total sales since January are still far below the 2019 level. So many are hoping that the usual September boost is greater than normal as well as we come down to that. Yeah, Jason, absolutely. There are many local lockdowns still happening throughout the UK, which of course are impacting things too. Thank you, Karina. Lovely to see you. Lovely to have you on here. Abdul, thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. This is AMs with Annette, which happens Mondays to Thursdays at 11 a.m. And on Tuesdays, we speak about UK business updates, which is what you are tuned into just now, whichever platform you are currently watching on. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. Now, there are questions over the Kickstart scheme that was announced a few weeks ago and whether the scheme can actually deliver. The concerns are that it's a chunky innovation and it is late already. Now, I have many clients who are coming to me at the moment and saying, please can we sign up for the Kickstart scheme? We want to take people on under this scheme. And it's been near on impossible to find details of how businesses themselves can register for this scheme. And that's exactly what we're hearing in the press as well. So the $2 billion government fund to create work for young people in the UK at risk of long-term unemployment was set to launch this week. We were set to be launching by August. This is, of course, as we are recording this now, the 1st of September. So this is now past the date that we were initially told that it should launch. We were told it would be in place by August. We're now at 1st of September and it's not. So, even if it had launched yesterday, we would have just managed to get it in, but we haven't had anything come through at all. And businesses are now questioning whether it will be able to deliver on its goals, because we are bracing ourselves, of course, for an autumn wave of job losses as various support drops off for businesses. The Kickstarter scheme was modeled on a program that ran after the 2008 recession and is a massive key element in Rishi Sunak's plan for jobs set out at the start of July to mitigate the economic fallout from the pandemic. It pays employers to create 6-month work placements for those between 16 to 24 years old who are currently receiving benefits, who are currently on universal credit, and it covers overheads and wages of at least a statutory minimum for at least 25 hours a week. However, as I said, many businesses wanting to find out how they can take part in this are struggling for details, and the people in discussions with the Department of Work and Pension are saying that they do not expect a first round of applications to be able to close until late September. So this slippage is causing a real problem because it's putting us into those time periods where people are, even more people are coming into the job market, and there is a lot of issues around unemployment already adding to it, and then these schemes that were supposed to be coming in, Kickstarter included, are now delayed. So creating some issues there for both businesses and for individuals in this situation as well. Thank you everyone who's tuning in. Thank you for joining me. I do very much appreciate it, and I massively appreciate all the love, the shares, the hearts, the likes, the thumbs up, the follows, the subscribes, all those good things. Thank you so much for that. So Tory MPs have warned Rishi Sunak against raising taxes to plug the fiscal loophole. Backbenchers are fearing that the wealthy and businesses will be targeted in the autumn budget. Of course, this is something that we've been hearing for quite a while now. Pretty much from March, April time, it was discussed that actually at some point we're going to need to redress the balance of money being paid out by the government and the building debt burden that the government has, and we're going to have to raise taxes in order to basically cover that. That is something that we've been hearing now for months and months and months. But it's getting closer, of course, to that time as well. So the Chancellor has been warned by Conservative MPs not to order big tax increases on the wealthy and business to fill the hole left by COVID-19, amid signs of growing unrest on the Tory backbenchers as they prepare to return to Westminster. The government officials say that Boris Johnson is also nervous about moves that affect core Tory voters, of course, particularly pensioners, and they predict tensions between number 10 and number 11 before the Chancellor's planned autumn budget. On Sunday the 30th of August, newspapers reported that the Chancellor was eyeing up a series of tax rises, including a £30 billion hit on the wealthy, pensioners and companies. That's three things: the wealthy, the pensioners and companies. It's not wealthy pensioners, just for clarification there. Although the Treasury officials have described the reports as nonsense speculation, Mr. Sunak in August is trying to prepare his party and the country for what he called difficult decisions. This is, as I say, something that he has been speaking about for a while. He ramped up the discussions on that in August. We had some Treasury leaked documents, which were either July or August, which were laying out tax rises and what those might look like. So all things are pointing to increased taxes, increased payments required, probably by business. I heard there was some murmurings of corporation tax being increased potentially to something like 24% as well. Very, very difficult in times when businesses feel like they're holding on by their fingertips to their businesses in many, many situations. So this is not confirmed as a rise, but this is what is being speculated at the moment. So very difficult times coming up potentially for businesses, and that will potentially continue with future tax rises, with a Brexit situation where we don't know what the tariffs are going to be and those kinds of things, with increased unemployment as well. impacting potentially your customers as well at the same time. So still incredibly challenging times that we have for many, many individuals and many, many businesses too. Businesses have called for clarity on where people should work. The government is preparing a new media campaign to encourage more employees to return to the workplace. Business leaders and the Labour Party on the 25th of August called on the government to come up with a clear and consistent message on where people should work, because they feel like they are getting conflicting signals from ministers. So the government is going to be launching a media campaign to encourage more employees back into their workplace. Of course, the problem at the moment is many city centres are having big issues, and city centre businesses are having big issues because the employees are not in that area anymore. They're not consuming things in that area. They're not consuming services. They are not in retail shops, all those kinds of things. I was speaking to somebody yesterday who was friends with a hairdresser who is in central London and is incredibly worried because they have zero footfall now. There is nobody going past. And the office workers are not there coming into their salon, and they're really concerned for the future of their business and to whether that will actually, they will actually survive that. Good morning, everyone who's joining me. Good morning, Georgia. Good morning, Stacey. Good morning, Caitlin. It's lovely to see some names that I recognize back on again. Caitlin, today is our UK business update. That is what we are covering off this morning. So thank you for joining me and thank you for tuning in. I feel like my voice might be going as well this morning, which is a tricky one. So we're hearing that more than 800,000 UK employees have been shortchanged on pensions. Agency workers and low paid are amongst those at risk from being excluded from schemes, a study finds. 1 in 20 employees are not receiving the pension they are due, according to new research showing that agency workers, part-time and temporary staff, and low-paid staff are at a much greater risk of being excluded from workplace schemes that would, of course, boost their earnings in retirement. More than 10 million workers have been automatically enrolled in pension schemes since 2012 under the policy that came in that made it compulsory for employers to enroll those eligible onto schemes. But the Resolution Foundation, a think tank, estimates more than 800,000 employees, close to 1 in 20 of those eligible, have either not been enrolled or are receiving contributions below the legal minimum level. In addition to this, 9% of employees have chosen to opt out, and 19% who are not eligible for auto-enrollment because of their age or low earnings as well. Yeah, exactly. It's not a great situation for agency workers there with that, with those numbers. You know, they're eligible to receive pension contributions, but not getting them. We're also hearing that the Co-op Bank is to close a quarter of its branches. It's restructuring in the UK, and there will also be about 350 job losses at the same time, reducing their headcount by around 10% in an effort to cut costs, as lower interest rates are hampering their efforts to return to profitability as well. The company actually reported pre-tax losses of 44.6 million in the first half of 2020, compared with a 38.5% loss for the same period last year. So that is obviously a worry. Co-op was taken over by bondholders in 2017 after turmoil that began with the discovery of a £1.5 billion capital shortfall 5 years earlier. So they have had a number of issues over the years, but of course, posting bigger losses as well is not going to be a good thing for them too. Tim says, every time there's a financial issue, the Co-op Bank falls apart more. Yeah, and Jamie says, yeah, the Co-op Bank has a history of good intentions, but yeah, it's very true. The Co-op Bank does have incredibly great intentions, but it's very difficult to recover from a £1.5 billion capital shortfall. It's very difficult to kind of come back from that. And, continued losses quarter after quarter after quarter, incredibly problematic because it's not helping that shortfall. So big problems there at the co-op in reality. UK retailers are reporting widespread job cuts as well as shoppers are moving online. A CBI survey found record numbers of employers are reducing staff numbers in August. The proportion of UK retailers reporting job cuts has risen to an all-time high as shoppers continue to buy online and demand weakens, according to a survey that suggests further government support for the economy might be needed in the autumn as well. Internet sales rose by 50.4% from February to July, according to separate statistics as well. So again, very difficult in the retail sector as well, particularly kind of face-to-face traditional retail too. Jamie's saying in business you have to prepare for the unexpected. Always, Jamie, you always need to prepare for the unexpected and get contingency plans and plan Bs and plan Cs and plan Ds and plan Es in place in your business so that you can mold and pivot. And that is one of the joys of a small business, actually, is many small businesses are able to be more agile in difficult times and therefore able to adapt better to changing situations at the same time. So thank you everyone for tuning in today. This, of course, has been AMs with Annette. This is Tuesday, which means it is your UK business update. Now, if you're not already in the Uncover Wealth community, my private community on Facebook, I urge you to come and join me there as well. We have exclusive trainings in there every single Tuesday for Training Tuesday, and today will be no different. So today's Training Tuesday topic is 6 tips to sell without selling. So I look forward to seeing you there for that. You just need to type Uncover Wealth Community into the search bar on Facebook, find the group, answer the questions, hit join, and you can come on in as well in time for that later this afternoon. So I will look forward to seeing a lot of you there for that session. Jamie is saying people not cry in air, but it's prepared well for the unknown. They have, absolutely. The future of the high street will be one shop. Curries to buy a computer, to buy stuff online. Tim, that is a good point, but then people can buy anything. They can buy their computer from their phone. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time as always. No, it's incredibly precious. So thank you for spending some of it with me. I will see you, hopefully, all of you for Training Tuesday inside the Uncover Wealth community on Facebook later today. And also, wherever you are watching, I will be back again at 11 a.m. UK tomorrow. Pop it in your diaries and I will see you then. Take care, everyone.